Show. The Joe Cronin Show.
The Joe Cronin Show.
I hope you hang your mother.
50 million views. You're listening to The Joe Cronin Show.
Sucks. This place sucks. CNN masturbated all fucking day. Dude, I will eat your fucking asshole out and then spit it into your mouth, baby bird style. Who wants to go? Call the show. I'll fuck your ass!
What's up, everybody?
I want to kill myself! If I think it sucks, I tell you! Nobody is ready for Asuka!
Just really funny when they make poor Asuka have to speak like that on the mic. It's always kind of hilarious when they do that. I enjoy it. I know some of you sickos enjoy it too. No doubt about it. But here we are. I gotta tell you guys, I was a bit bored tonight with SmackDown. It's not because SmackDown was bad at all. I think it was because it's been a while since, you know, the brand split hadn't been here. It's been a while since before the brand split when we were saying how they need to split up because SmackDown is too repetitive of Raw. It's like a B show of Raw. And we were really sick of that. They needed to have their own character. But, you know, with bringing in some of the NXT guys again tonight, it just kind of felt almost like a bit of a repeat of Raw. Except the crowd was better. You know, and I think that it worked. I think that it worked. I think that I liked it. It's just, yeah, Raw made me cut my hair, guys. I cut my fucking hair. I cut my goddamn hair. And, yeah, I just think it was, yeah, I know, my hair's got to grow back. I really shaved it, like, really shaved the shit out of it. I wanted to see what would happen if I just went down to a 1. So I just shaved all of it evenly. One big 1. Yeah. A lot of people saying the show was boring tonight. I thought it was. The crowd wasn't as bad right away. You could hear the crowd. Like, the crowd had life. You're like, all right, well, the crowd's got some life. So that's nice. While we wait for people to get in here, I do want to take a quick second, and I want to do this. I want to say, bowl cut. This isn't a bowl cut. A bowl cut is like when you have long hair. The hell is everybody talking about a bowl cut? Isn't a bowl cut's when you like just shave under your head, right? I don't know. What the fuck? Is there a new term for bowl cut now? Is there a different term for that? Anyway, I want to let everybody know that it is available on Patreon right now. Really, no hairs to have? A bowl cut used to be with, like, when you had a bowl on your head, like, you had long hair and you shaved underneath it all around. It's a skinhead cut, yeah. Well, this is called I'm going bald, is what this is. This is I'm going bald, so I just shaved it, you know? There's no hair growing here. There's no hair growing. So I'll just shave it all, is what I figured, you know? I don't know, there's nothing there. Drake is gay, someone said. What's up, everybody? What do I want to say to you? Oh, yeah, so it is available now on Patreon. Hey, look, I have hair there. That's only from last year. I had the hair. Me and Tommy's episode 4 of Honestly is available on Patreon right now for everybody that wanted to know. Also want to let you guys know that the phone lines are open. I'm going to take calls tonight about SmackDown. I also want to find out if it's working. I can't tell if it's not working or, you know, what's going on. But 339-226-6610 if you guys want to call. Let me know if you're calling and you don't get through, by the way, because I want to see if it's for some reason not working. I had some kind of issue with it earlier because I got a new device here that I actually haven't tested since before going on the air, so that's never a good idea, but fuck it, I did it. So somebody let me know if you're going right to voicemail or you're not getting heard. Because, oh, you know what? I can see calls coming in. Lots of calls coming in. Lots of calls coming in. Let me take one. Let's see if it works. Sorry to 708. I hung up on you, but 980 is on there. Yo, 980, what's up? 980, what's up? Hey, man, what's going on? Oh, man. You know what? Hang on a minute. I think I jacked you up. It's weird. When this was my phone, it worked perfectly, but right now it sounds like shit. I'm not sure why that is. Let's see now. All right, can you hear me now?
Yeah, what's up, Joe?
Oh, man, what is that? What's up, man? You sound like piss, but I don't think it's your fault. I think it's, I swear to God, if it's this device, then that blows, because I just bought this thing. Oh, man. Unbelievable. Unbelievable! God damn it, I literally bought this thing so I could take calls tonight. And on my phone, it worked great. You guys have heard it every last couple nights. It's worked great. Hear that? Sounds like shit. Why does it sound like that? Oh, wait, here we go. Oh, there we go. I think I fixed it. All right, there we go. 980, what's up?
Hey, what's up, Joe?
What's up, man? I fixed it. I'm stupid. Well, how are you doing?
All right, SmackDown. It wasn't really that boring to me, but I guess seeing the NXT guys again, it kind of does like devalue them a little bit.
Yeah, because no story. They're just kind of there and they're wrestling. I thought it was good. It was just not very exciting tonight. It was just kind of like, oh, cool. All right, like the crowd's cheering at least.
I guess based on yesterday, what were they again? Late fuck New Orleans.
Yeah, Lafayette yesterday, but today they were actually in New Orleans, or yesterday they were in like Lafayette, Louisiana, which is, I guess, in the outskirts.
Yeah, and I'm proud of Kofi Kingston. Black Lives Matter era begins.
I love Kofi Kingston. I do love him, man, and I've always been, I've always liked him since day one, anyway. But I did kind of watch him on the Indies early too, and he was always a nice guy, so I just really like him. But I just like him now as a character. I don't really know him anymore, so he's just. I wish that he could come out a little bit more separated from the New Day. I know some people don't care about that, but I kind of was like, stoke up the old fucking theme song that he used to have and bring him out there like a little more serious instead of the pancakes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you know what, Daniel Bryan? Like, we're gonna have to call on like the real Kofi Kingston. Like, let's get serious here. You want to go? Like,
hey, one last question.
Yeah.
Do you think it's going to win that Fast Lane?
I don't think so. I think somebody's going to interfere. I think if they're building, if they pulled a 180 and they're going to build to WrestleMania, like let's say that Vince and everybody went, you know what? Oh my God, we wanted a reason. Like I think they almost were like, we wish we had a reason to push a black wrestler anyway, just to finally say like, I wish somebody would step up, and nobody really has. So they really can't do anything, and everybody else they stifle anyway. And this kind of got over, like, I'm trying to think of the word. It's he just naturally got over the other night, and so I think like Vince and everybody is like, we got to put him on WrestleMania. We got to do it. I would think you have to do it at this point, and if they do it, I would have Luke Harper or somebody else, even Rowan if he has to, interfere in the match. And get this thing going to WrestleMania. Kofi versus Bryan at WrestleMania. Kofi's 0 for 2 against Bryan, but the second time was because he got interfered with and he got the pin tonight. So it would make sense if then they went to Mania and maybe Kofi Kingston wins the championship at WrestleMania. Kofi Kingston is becoming the perfect face to take on Daniel Bryan at this time. I want to see that.
Do you think that role was supposed to be Mustafa Ali's?
Yes. It was supposed to be Mustafa Ali. It was going to be like a, oh my God, the rookie guy almost did it type of thing, and which would have worked okay, but it worked even better because of Kofi, being a veteran and somebody that people respect and everything. It ended up being exciting because it was something different and unexpected. So I think it would have had a decent response if it was Mustafa Ali, but it had a way different and even better response because it was Kofi. It was like weird fate, man. It was like, when Tom Brady, when Drew Bledsoe got knocked down by the Jets and Tom Brady took over, that never happened. He never would have became the quarterback. If Kofi, if Mustafa doesn't get hurt, Kofi doesn't get this little chance. This is completely out of left field, and it's pretty cool. I hope they continue with it because you don't see this often nowadays. So I hope they go with it, man. Anything else? Thanks for the call, man.
Hey, you too, man.
All right, cool, man. Good shit. Good call. Yeah, I shaved my head, Josh. What's up? What's up to the chat? What's up, everybody? I shaved my head. By the way, no Jake DeMarco tonight. He is sick as hell. He's got my cold. I must have given it to him through Skype. And I apologize on my behalf, too. I've been up really late, early today and late, and it's been a crazy day. So I'm a little bit fucked up myself. So I'm a little bit toned down compared to last night. Obviously, you guys can hear that. So I got a lot of phone calls coming, and we will get to more phone calls. And as soon as I'm done with the review tonight, I'm also going to be recording the show that we've been talking about for like 5 months with Justin Bailey, the new morning show, the new weekly show that I'm podcast with Justin Bailey. It's going to be a big deal. So that's coming out. And everybody in the $10 tier on Patreon, honestly, episode 4 with Tommy is there. Tommy talked about people he hates in the community and people he hates around the world and all this other weird stuff. Pretty good little conversation as always with Tommy. But let's see what you guys are saying in the donations here, and let's keep the channel alive here.
Here we go. I'm about to get it, man. Here we go. About to get it, man. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Oh.
Moshmaster D, holy shit.
At NXT TakeOver before Mania, there'll be a fatal 4-way between Ciampa, Gargano, Black, and Ricochet. The winner faces Bryan at Mania for the title.
You really think so? At NXT TakeOver before Mania, there'll be a fatal 4-way. Ciampa, Gargano, Black, and Ricochet. I could see Ricochet winning that, Moshmaster D. But, man, that's a good point. That's a interesting idea. I can't believe they would do that. But Jesus. Oh, man, I don't know. Maybe. I'm not really sure.
What the fuck the point is, Vince? What the fuck the point is, Vince? What the fuck the point is, Vince?
Tonight was pretty good. I actually stayed in my wheelchair. The only time I had to roll into the bathroom was when that fucking Lacey Evans came out and left. I will call her Emelina, and they need to bring up Pete Dunne also.
Pete Dunne. Oh, man, I love Pete Dunne. Lex Luger, thanks for the $9.99, Lex. Shout out to the Lex Express. I love Pete Dunne, but it's like, dude, I want Pete Dunne to be up there, too. I think he's awesome, but what's he going to do? What are they going to do with him? I feel like they'll just shit on him, too. I feel like he'll be just like Sanity. What the hell has happened to Sanity? At this point, I'm just really worried about that shit. But it's been a while for Pete Dunne. It's like they're just keeping him in the United Kingdom. They're just keeping him in NXT UK. 301's on the phone. What's up, 301?
Hey, Joe. What's going on?
What's up, man?
Congrats on your new crib there, buddy.
Yeah, thanks, man. This is pretty awesome. It's been a lot of work, but it's awesome work. I love it.
Yeah, definitely paid off for you in the end there.
Yeah,
a couple of things. Lacey Evans she's in for a really big push. That's why she keeps coming out.
Right.
So, yeah, some rumors that maybe she's going to be going against Asuka at WrestleMania for the title.
Right.
But that's 50-50 right now. And
it almost it seems like they're really going with that. I mean, because they're bringing Mandy in, but she's still coming out. So yeah, it does seem like they're going to go with Lacey Evans and Asuka at Mania. I do.
So
agree.
is she a baby face or what? She's like smiling now and waving, and
she's a heel. I mean, she's probably my idea is she's gonna start, if she does start doing promos, she's gonna start saying things to Asuka like, we need to get back to traditional, like, you're not a woman, you're a maniac, you're disgusting, you're all these things. We need a real, like, American hero female. And they're almost gonna push I almost think they're going to push, like, a little bit of that sort of race thing. Not really, but, just kind of, like, indicate, like, because that's her whole gimmick is, like, looks like she's from the 50s and all that stuff. So, like, I think they're just going to really push that sort of, I'm a typical woman, female, like, American woman. Like, this is what an American woman's supposed to look like. This is what a champion is supposed to look like, Yeah, so I think that traditional values and stuff. So she'll easily kind of be able to target Asuka for, like, and plus the weird thing is the whole, like, the whole World War II, like, thing that she has going on, and then Asuka's Japanese. Like, it's just fucking weird. I don't know.
Oh yeah. Two more things real quick. Thank God the day can't come soon enough. Whenever Michael Cole finally leaves that damn announce table, that whether his contract is up or whatever. Thank God that day cannot come soon enough.
He's wanted to leave. Like, Michael Cole has wanted to leave for about 3 years now. He's wanted to leave, and Vince won't let him. So, like, he wants to be working in the back, and they just won't. Vince won't let him. Did I lose that call, or did this other one just ring over? I think he hung up. Yeah, Michael Cole wants to be the hell out of there. Michael Cole does not want to be a part of this. I mean, I think that's why a lot of times Michael Cole just doesn't sound right either. He just doesn't want to be doing this. Michael Cole does not want to be doing this shit. What's up, Mike, in the chat? How you guys doing? What's up, Eugene? Glorious Eugene. Listen to my voice. Like, oh my God, dude, my lungs are jacked up from the sickness that I had, man. I'm so jacked up. I'm an idiot. I drank last night. I had a few drinks last night with Leah. That was dumb. Let's go to the phone calls again. I'll take calls all night tonight since I don't have Jake here, and I really don't have a ton to say about SmackDown. I'll get into it in a minute, though. 248, what's up?
Yo, just do you see any way where, like, Kofi somehow gets DQ'd at Fastlane and they possibly just push him towards Mania? Because I'm reading why it could be a choice to bring him back. Is there any choice that Kofi can get added in just based on fan reaction alone?
Oh, yeah, dude. I think I just said it a few minutes ago. I really think that somebody will interfere in that match to screw Kofi, and they'll push it to Mania now. Because if I was them, they were probably trying to figure out who they were going to put against Daniel Bryan, and they probably had some ideas, like Bray Wyatt could go against him. This guy could go against him. And they may go with Kofi Kingston. I mean, it might happen. I mean, but you're right. It could be that Bray Wyatt does show up to face him because they've got good chemistry too. Back at the last time I remember them really having a match that was good was at the Royal Rumble, the year that Bryan didn't show up in the Rumble at the end and everybody was pissed. And then he went on to win at WrestleMania. That year, they had a great opening match at the Royal Rumble. That would have been where I was going with things, but maybe not. Now with Kofi, I would just kind of have interference, and I would go with the sort of the dream story for Kofi Kingston and Daniel Bryan. If the crowd keeps liking it, keep testing the waters. If the thing still is rolling by Fastlane, then at Fastlane, just have Kofi get screwed and then see what you're going to do next.
Yeah, because the way Kofi's going with the crowd, he's getting like a Becky reaction where they're just going on him like crazy the last few weeks because he's just blowing up because they're giving him time. I would hope maybe they give him a chance, but I think Bray Wyatt would just be a logistical option just because he's been gone so long and they could go with the gimmick like I'm the planet champion and this is my world universe sort of thing with Bray Wyatt coming as a full face again.
Well, he could even bring in Kevin Owens and he could do the whole like I'm a doofus who eats pizza. You know what I mean? Like they're opposites right now. He's eating pizza and all this shit, and Daniel Bryan's a vegan. I mean, they could clash with some pretty good stuff too. But to bring somebody in like right now to build to Mania, to me, is, I don't know, man. I don't know if I like that. I kind of like how Kofi Kingston's come out of nowhere, but I don't. They may be weighing those same things right now. They may be wondering that too.
It's a risky option because with them bringing the NXT for, which I'm not sure if this is a full-time thing or not, bringing another superstar back for what would it be, like a month push for a Mania main card match would be risky. Kofi getting the push now would be a very smart move. Fans already behind Kofi. I could see them going with Fastlane for 3 weeks, getting screwed, and then possibly pushing another 3 weeks towards the Mania. I think fans would be all for that match because the WWE title has been overshadowed by the SmackDown Women's title with Becky and Charlotte and Asuka for months. I think this is a way to finally put it above as a main card title for once.
Yeah, dude, it feels like that. It's weird to say that because I love AJ Styles and Daniel Bryan, but for some reason, when Kofi and Bryan, that match the other day at the end of Elimination Chamber, it reminded me of like old wrestling, it reminded me of like when the WWE Championship was on the line, and it was like, whether it was like Bret Hart versus somebody or Ric Flair versus somebody. I know that it wasn't on that level quite at all, but it reminded me of honestly, it reminded me more of an Intercontinental Championship match, but whatever. These guys could do that. Appreciate the call, dude. That was a good call.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, man.
Have a good one.
My tablet's frozen. Fuck me. My tablet's frozen. That guy was cool. I like his call. That was a good call. Set me off. Yeah, man, it was like, guys, all the donations are on. Just so you know. People are asking me. All the donations are on. I got to get a longer cord. This fucking thing, dude. I got a bunch of new cords and shit coming. Let me see. Joe, do you think SmackDown fans were a lot better tonight? Yeah, they were better. It wasn't like crazy. Like, we didn't think it was going to be like, wow, New Orleans is the balls, but I mean, it was definitely better than last night. And that wasn't hard to do. I mean, last night was zombies. Dude, that was a Monday Night Raw crowd of zombies. And by the way, tonight, I mean, where was the crowd tonight? Did you guys see some of the pictures? Jesus, they tarped off like 4 whole areas. Like 4 entire areas. Jared Barron, I got to get you on the call in a minute, buddy. I'll get you on the call in a minute, Jared. Jared Barron. Jared Barron. Producer of the Joe Cronin Show. And Beast. Look at this. Look at this. Look at that. That's insane. That's insane. And it's tarped, so those tarps don't come off. Once they're tarped, it's tarped. There's nobody going to sit there. So you're talking about 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 entire sections tonight in New Orleans. People from Florida can drive. People from Atlanta, like all over the place. 4 tarped off areas, including this side over here that was half sold. Wow. That is bad. This entire side of the arena is gone. There's nobody sitting here all night. Nobody. That's a quarter of the arena. You're getting close to half of the arena here. Getting close to half. Let me explain this. 38% of the arena was not sold. Okay? You sold about, maybe you sold about 63, maybe 65%. You sold 65% of your arena in New Orleans. That is really scary. That is not good. What is this? My numbers had been down so much. And part of it is the content changes and some stuff like that. I go up, I go down, I come up, I go down. Things like that always happen. But what I did notice is a lot of times I go up, I come down, I go up, I come down. And over the last year, I've noticed on my channel, I've gone up and I've come down, and I've gone up a little and then gone down again and gone up a little less and gone down. And part of that is the wrestling audience isn't there. What I've been noticing on a lot of my videos are over the last year and a half. The wrestling views are down. The wrestling views are down because people just aren't watching. And that's just It's just wrestling. So I want them to do better. I want my content to go up. I used to get 1 million views, 1.2 million views a month on my channel, 1.2 million views a month. For the last 6 months, I've been doing 300,000 views a month. Okay? And a lot of that is, I looked it up, the search results of WWE and wrestling content. People just didn't care that much about wrestling content. I realized that, and I started focusing on different things in different avenues recently. And I mean, I've gotten my content back up again. My channel, somebody said my channel, oh, your channel, blah, blah, blah. My channel's been going up and up over the last 3 months. You know, I mean, I tweeted this out earlier. I mean, we're up everywhere. Subs, videos, shares, comments, dislikes, likes, watch time, views. We're about 500,000 views now. Back up to 500,000 views. So my goal is to get back to 1 million views and then go up to like 5 million views a month. So I like to do that. Average view duration's a little bit lower, but that's because of some of the new wrestling content I put out there. But it's like, dude, stuff dropped for everybody in the wrestling category. I looked up other wrestling things too. Everyone's stuff just drops because, or stalls. And it's because the WWE is just fucking dying. Like, it's just so bad. And, you know, we need a reason to get excited about WrestleMania. And while I agree that I like this Kofi Kingston thing with Bryan, I do like it. But, and yeah, there was think about this. There was a time when I beat TNA Impact. I used to beat Impact in views every month. They would get 600,000 views. I would get 1.2 million. Now they get about 380,000 views. And I get about 500,000. So I'm still beating them. But both of our numbers have come down. That's the problem. Here's the real problem. Here's the real issue. Nobody is making new wrestling fans. This is a major issue. Yeah, they took down my Raw review video last night, guys. The reason why was because The Weeknd, the record company of The Weeknd, actually took the video down. It's crazy. I didn't get in trouble or anything like that. They just took it down. They're really getting crazy on copyright music material. It's really weird. So The Weeknd sucks, you know. Fuck them. And I will go back to the phones in just a minute. But the problem is nobody is making new wrestling fans. We've talked about this before, and I've dissected this. In the 80s, the territories were still going on, kind of. Vince McMahon created millions of new wrestling fans. Millions of new wrestling fans. He also kind of congregated all the wrestling fans together by the time the 80s were over. But Vince McMahon, one thing you can say he did is he made a ton of new wrestling fans. Now, in the mid-90s, when the WWE started to die, WCW, by bringing in Hulk Hogan and bringing in the NWO, they not only took some of the WWE's audience, they also created new wrestling fans. Kids that I was friends with in school, in middle school, who told me wrestling was gay. They said that stuff to me in the 90s. Or like, I don't watch that. That stuff's dumb or whatever. I don't even know what you're talking about. The very next year, they were running around doing the NWO Wolfpack and shit, and they were loving it. They weren't WWF fans, though, at first. And then they saw Stone Cold, then they converted. So essentially, then, in the mid-90s, after Vince McMahon, throughout the 80s, created new wrestling fans, and in the early 90s, created new wrestling fans. Then WCW began to create new wrestling fans. WCW began to cross over to mainstream television everywhere. They created and churned a bunch of new fans. Then WWE also started creating new fans by The Rock and Stone Cold and all these people, and people starting to tune into wrestling all of a sudden. And WWF and WWE, whatever it is, and WCW both created new wrestling fans while grabbing all the old wrestling fans and keeping them and churning them up and stirring them up and mixing them up, and then they started to work off each other. And then finally, when WWE bought WCW, some of the fans left because the WCW fans didn't really want to watch WWE, or they didn't get it. and the war was over. It wasn't as fun anymore. And then throughout the years, the audience has been dwindling down and dwindling down and dwindling down. Nobody at this point has made new wrestling fans in the masses. I'm talking about in the masses, right? Certainly once in a while, somebody turns on the TV and goes, oh, I never really watched wrestling. I guess I'll watch it. Or, oh, wow, TNA, what's this on Spike? You know, I'll check this out. I used to hear about wrestling, but I never watched it. You know, but mostly there's been no bulk creation of an audience. When's the last time that there's been a bulk creation of wrestling audience? There hasn't been. Since WCW. And since the Attitude Era took off, and the WWF took off in 1999, and really took off in 99, there has been no increase in audience. So you have been left for the last 19 years with the same audience. And that audience has been dwindling and dwindling and dwindling. Is AEW going to create new fans? I don't think so. I like AEW. I can't wait for AEW. I'm excited to see what they do. But is AEW going to create new fans? I don't think so. And is WWE going to create new fans? Not right now. Not with the way things are going right now, they're not going to. And they won't. They're still using their old fans. It's exactly like my YouTube channel. It's exactly like my YouTube channel. Before this last 30 days, I had been a little bit more, I've been occupied with the house stuff, with my family, and with all those responsibilities. And I've been very lackadaisical and stuff. And I was playing to my same audience. And a chunk of my audience has left because they always do. Over the last 6 years, I've had like 6 different audiences. You know, there's the hardcores that are still there, but there's a lot of those people that have churned in and churned out and churned in and churned out. And recently I had a lot of churn out and didn't bring anybody new in. And if you don't make new fans, you can't keep going. And you see your numbers start to fall because you got to build it back up again and then hope to take off. There's no new fans. They have not built new fans. They can't build new fans. Ring of Honor isn't creating new fans in the masses. WWE isn't doing it. They're the only ones that are capable of doing it. AEW, what AEW is they're capable of taking the WWE's NXT audience. That's what they're capable of. But unless somebody shoots up to the mainstream and becomes popular for whatever reason, or creates a TV show that can reach out to the high school kids who are looking for something to rebel with, you know, you're not going to find a winner. You're not going to create a new audience. You need to create a new audience in the 13-year-old to 23-year-old demographic. Because everybody older knows wrestling. And if you do something cool enough and they hear about it, they'll come back to watch it. So you already got those people, those possibilities. You have that 11 million people, where are they, that used to watch? But you also have the millions that will never come back. How are you going to create new millions when the ratings are dropping and dropping? You need to create new wrestling fans. That's the biggest problem right now that nobody's talking about. Nobody's talking about this but me. I've been saying it for the last year. Who the fuck is going to create new wrestling fans? Because we need them. And if you're a 20-year-old or a 15-year-old, you know what I'm talking about. Because if you talk to your friends about wrestling, aside from John Cena maybe or something, they go, that's lame. What the hell is that? I mean, I watch the UFC. Do you watch the UFC? I've seen that shit. But they don't know nothing about wrestling. You're like a fucking, you feel ostracized or like afraid to tell your friends you watch wrestling. I guarantee it. It is the same way with music. Max Hardcore, you nailed it. It's the same way with music. Where's all the new bands? Has anybody seen any new bands out? I don't see any bands. Who the fuck is a rock band out nowadays that's new? There's nobody. The only things I ever hear about are bands from years ago. Dude, I've had people be like, have you heard this band? They send me like fucking something from 2002, except for their new CD's out now in 2019. And I'm like, yeah, I heard of them. We used to always listen to them. But where's the new bands? And I mean the real new bands. Where are they? I go to indie shit all the time. I'm an indie commentator. I commentate on independence. I called the Hardy Boys in Fall River in front of 700 people one time. That was a big ass show for me. Dude, that was a dream come true. Calling the Hardys in the main event in front of like 700 people. That was awesome. I got to hang out with Matt all day. I mean, that was the day that Matt gave me his goddamn cell phone number. Matt Hardy's an awesome dude. He was genuinely wondering. He genuinely loves wrestling and loves his character and loves this business. Matt Hardy is like a straight up dude. This guy's first thing he said to me when we walked backstage, when I walked backstage with Matt Hardy, the first thing I said to him, I was like, good. I was like, great match, guys, and whatever. The first thing he said to me was like, hey, how do you think it's going? You think it's working good? You think people are loving this and everything? How did it look tonight? You know, it's like, you're fucking really asking me this? It's fucking awesome. And I couldn't wait for him to get to WWE. And the guy comes to WWE and they barely do anything with him. It was a shell of his creativity. So yes, to the guy in the chat who said that, you know, are you disappointed with Matt Hardy? Yes, I'm disappointed with what they did with Matt Hardy, but I know what Matt Hardy's done. And yeah, there's no good bands after 2005 or something like that. 2006, 2005, 2007. I know it's probably tougher for the younger people to understand what I'm talking about, but it feels like after 2007, 6, 5, somewhere around there, that everything just began to blur together. And we really can't get anything new. There's no... I don't know. The only vibe I get from the year 2019, 18, 17, 16, and 15 is that there's a little bit of a nostalgia for the 80s. I feel this nostalgia for the 80s. I get it. But other than that, I'm a bit confused. Let's go to the donations, guys. I appreciate these too. Thank you guys for keeping my show on the air. And, you know, obviously for allowing me to do this on YouTube. The donations certainly are vital. And everybody that signed up on Patreon, thank you. Remember, if you're in the $10 tier or above, Episode 4 of Honestly is up right now with Tommy NC. He said some interesting shit. And it's pretty damn good shit.
Here we go. I'm about to get it, man.
Go back to the calls in a minute.
About to get it, man. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, no.
These young bucks in the chat need to stop disrespecting Tupac.
Yeah.
Our truth raps better than these wannabe gangsters today.
Oh, God,
Crowd
they're so
was
bad.
Alive. Where's Jake?
Jake is sick, by the way. I'm so sorry about that. I'm sick, too, kind of right now. But, yeah, Jake is sick, unfortunately. And it's too bad because this was one of those SmackDowns when I was really kind of bored. But I liked it. I thought it was all right, but I was, like, kind of bored. And, you know, there's not a lot to say sometimes. I'm going to go through it, though, in a minute. Fade to Black. Yeah, dude, the rap now is just so goddamn bad. It's terrible. Oh, God, it's just... I don't understand it at all. I don't understand it. I just, you know, it's the rap out now is not even rap. It's not rap. It's just like whining with a beat. I mean, you know, I don't know what to call it, man. It all sounds like this.
I just feel a man. Had to kill a man while the monk cocaine, while I'm hit can. By machine gun, yeah, coming for you with the barrel on, none, son, what up? With my gun, I'ma make you fall, I'ma make you cry, I'ma make you fall, I'ma make you die, I'ma make you fall, I'ma make you cry, I'ma make you fall, I'ma make you die, yeah, what you say to me, man? What you doing with my friend? I've been doing cocaine, I've been up in rain with and I'm insane. Don't know I'ma buy me with the bullets and the man. Never hit a man with a chest when he's on the rest. Always feel the stress on, I'ma need them all out. Yo, I took some pills, I'm going down. Yo, about to show my skills, off. What you gonna do, jack off? Yeah, I took some Vicodin. Who gives a shit when I hit the fucking club? Yo, rub-a-dub-dub in the suds. Put some soap up on my chest. Yeah, just got nuts. Yeah, don't get no fucking stress. Yeah, rub-a-dub. Put some suds on my chest. Yo, I ain't never gonna stress. What's up? Yo, drop a tab of acid. Drop a tab of acid. Drop a tab of motherfucking tap that fucking ass with. Oh my god, I got a headache. Take some fucking aspirin. Oh my god, what is going on? You a has-been. I'm dropping hard rhymes on this fucking rap song. What you gonna do, motherfucker? You should move on. Stay in your lane, man. Stay in your lane. Or you be laying in blood and pain. Stay in your lane, man. Stay in your lane. I don't even know what the fuck, dude. I don't even know what the fuck I listen to sometimes. Sometimes shit comes on and I'm like, what the fuck? Dude, is this guy on, is the new thing to like get just fucked up on drugs and just like play a beat and just fucking like, you know that drug where you start drooling like, oh, fuck. Like it's like you fucking took Molly and smoked weed, and then you dropped like acid, and then you're like, yo, put the mic on. Put the mic on. And then the guy's like, I'm gonna go. Like, what the fuck are they saying? What is happening? It's fucking weird. They don't even make that much sense. I know, Jinder. I think I made too much sense. I think I might have rhymed too many times. Jesus. Dude, I came up with a rap name called Lil Suicide a while back. I found out Lil Suicide is a name. Somebody took that. But they took it after I came up with it, I think. So, fuck that. Yeah, it's mumble rap, dude. It's all over the place. But, dude, listen. But, again, I'm not going to get on that because I get it. Because, like, remember when Korn came out in the 90s? Like, a lot of people heard that and they were like, dude, what happened to rock? But that's okay because there was tons of other rock bands still out there that weren't doing the fucking, oh, like, they weren't fucking just, you know, barking into the mic. Like, I like Korn actually, but it's just like I'm saying, I'm trying to compare this. I'm trying to figure out a time. There's no time that's like this. There's no time like this where everybody wants shit. Everybody cries about everything. You get booted off of Twitter for making a fucking joke. I'm banned from Twitter for life. And you get this mumble rap, and you get, where's the rock music too? It's just gone. Like, rap is like dead. It feels like it is. I mean, to me, the rap that I ever would have cared about is dead. And rock is, where is rock? I just listen to all the old bands I used to listen to. I can't find anything good nowadays. It's always this weird, like, punk sort of badly recorded on purpose music. When I hear, like, white guys in a rock band now, I feel like they purposely record it like shit. Like, they're like, dude, Led Zeppelin had to use these mics and that. It's like, yeah, but it's 2019, dickhead. You can make this sound good. But instead it sounds like ding, ding, like on a trash. I can't even explain it. But it sounds like piss. I don't know what's going on in the world. I don't know. I'm losing my mind, guys.
Super chat. Super chat.
Ricochet versus Ray. Black versus Styles. Gargano versus Bryan.
Ricochet versus Ray. Yeah, that'd be nice. Fuck, who donated that? Shit, I missed it. Oh, that was AJ Watson. AJ, thank you, man. System of a Down broke up, though, didn't they? Aren't they still broken up? And again, System of a Down is a band from years ago. Like, where's the new band? Where's the new System of a Down? Lickety Split, thanks for the subscription, man. What's up? Appreciate it. Yeah, well, like, where's the new System of a Down? Where's the new Metallica? I think, like, honestly, like, where are the new bands?
Oh my Joe, love the haircut. Speaking of shaving, I just shaved my anal. Now I just need big cock in my ass. And Mandy Rose needs 2 dicks in her mouth. Would love to see that.
Yeah, I would love to. Yeah, I mean, hey, I'd love to see that too. Blumpkin, cunt, pussy juice. You got that Blumpkin. I'm sorry. System of a Down is back on tour. Wow. Okay, they got back together. That's sick. It's too bad that, again, though, they're from 1999. They're from the Attitude Era. System of a Down is from the Attitude Era.
Can you imagine that WWE goes the race route with Lacey Evans and Asuka?
Yeah.
Lacey can beat Asuka with a power bomb known as the Hiroshima.
Patty Wagon, thanks for the 316. I know she's like, we'll just drop another bomb on you. I mean, that'd be crazy. I don't think they'll do that, but they don't need to. They can just indicating it with what they're doing. It already triggered me to think about it. So I mean, just indicating it is enough in that situation. 704 is on the phone. What's up, 704?
Yo, what's up? How are you?
I'm doing. I have a massive headache, but I'm still doing okay somehow.
Hey, man, I love your show. I watch Monday night
Thanks, man.
review. Tuesday, I watch your Thursday podcasts. I love it all. So I think I have a suggestion to saving WWE.
Okay.
I've watched it since 2002.
Okay.
So what if they brought Cena back, CM Punk back, and AJ Lee?
Cena really can't come back because he's got so many movie deals.
Okay.
I don't think that even CM Punk could save the company, even if he did come back. But it is that would draw ratings. Like I'm convinced. Yeah, if CM Punk came back, you could draw 300 to 500,000 more people. I think would start watching. To be honest, I really think I believe that. But that still won't save it. And I don't think CM Punk will come back based on his comments. And AJ Lee, I don't care about. I think she kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, she doesn't suck, but I mean, I don't think she ever really did anything. She just kind of annoyed the hell out of me.
Do you think Aleister Black can save it if he gets good? I know he's still a rookie.
The only thing that can save it is if the mentality changes of the creative in WWE, and they need to do a lot of things. They need to be able to create unpredictability, better storylines every week, which they don't have. They don't have a lot of unpredictability. They don't have a lot of good storylines. They've got the wrestling. They have the wrestling. These guys can wrestle, so that's there. They've got the wrestling. And then the other thing is the other X factor is this. This is the one thing that is this should be the toughest thing for them to do, but it can happen if they bring enough people in. And that is to find wrestlers with real charisma and personalities that are larger than life. Right now, you don't really have that from anybody.
Not even from NXT?
I mean, I think if the guys were allowed to go off script more, you could create that. So that kind of does go back to the creativity and the mindset of the company. But yeah, like Velveteen Dream could be a star if they let him.
Oh yeah.
And Elias has become a minor star. A minor star. He's a minor mid-carder. He's a middle of the range mid-carder who's a show, who's a draw. You'd pay to see Elias do something funny kind of at this point. Not a lot, but he's a character. They need characters to be real characters, but not just like this isn't going to work anymore with Seth Rollins's and Dean Ambrose's just kind of going around and having to read these scripts like they had been over the last 2 years. It's so bad. Everybody sounds the same. When I think of the 80s, when I watched wrestling in the 80s, I was like, oh yeah, Hulk Hogan. I knew his promos. I knew his wrestling. When I thought Macho Man, I knew his promos. I knew his look. When I thought Ric Flair, I knew his look. I knew his promos. You don't think that really with these guys. It's like Seth Rollins comes on and just goes, well, guys, I'm Seth Rollins. Like he doesn't. There's this. When I was a kid, I was like, when Macho Man came on, it was like, oh yeah, let me tell you. You were like, what the fuck is this guy? Like this is crazy. And Hulk Hogan, you felt this energy. You feel that energy a little bit with Roman. If you're a fan that loves Roman, you kind of feel that a bit. But even him, it's like, he's real cool and stuff. He's similar to Diesel. If you go back and watch Diesel around 1995, Kevin Nash, Diesel reminds me of that.
I was born then. And then one last thing.
Yeah.
Did you hear some of the hits the NXT dudes were doing? Like they were actually punching it, sounded like.
Yeah, they do a lot of that. Wait, what was the question about it?
Do you think if they had actual punches at times and like kicks to the head and whatever, do you think that would bring some couple people back?
No, I hate those. I honestly do.
Really?
You can hit somebody in the head with a chair, and make it look pretty damn awesome without actually hitting them in the head with a chair. I never understood that, because in the Attitude Era, at some points they started really smashing people in the head with chairs, but not everybody. Some people sold it. Some people sold the chair shots, and I don't believe that. I don't like stiff kicks and stiff punches and whatever, because when WWE was in front of 11 million people on TV on a Monday night, they were even further. They were faker than now, but the punches looked better. Everything looked better, but they made less contact. Nowadays, I think stuff doesn't look as good, and a lot of times they actually kick and punch. And I'm like, what are they doing? Like, this is not UFC, and it doesn't look that good. And nobody from the UFC group goes, wow, maybe I'll start watching wrestling now. They think it all is fake no matter what. So you going out there and taking a real kick to the head, okay, every once in a while, something like that shocking is kind of interesting. But on a regular basis, you going out there and taking real kicks and punches and getting bruised, all that does is get you hurt. And it really didn't create any new fans.
All right. Well, thanks, man. And hey, are you doing anything Thursday?
Why, you want to hook up? No, what do you oh, you mean no, shows-wise?
Yeah, because my birthday's a Thursday. And
my
birthday's a Thursday.
Oh yeah, man. I'll be doing Thursday Night Throwdown over on the Corrupted channel.
All right, then. I'll see you over there.
Yeah, man. I'll make sure to give you the happy birthday send-off.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks, man.
All right. Bye.
All right. Later, man. Probably should have gotten his name, but you can call up on your birthday and tell me your name. See? I thought me and him were going to create a dinner date or something.
You piece of shit.
I drink cran 'cause I'm the man. Enemies are the cranning land. And Jared Barron with the $17 donation of the cran coming in. Cran man, come on, make me believe.
Irish Dave Doherty.
I'm so thirsty, would you answer me?
This is not. This is Irish Dave Doherty.
All my friends are fucking the man, 'cause all my friends are drinking cran.
I need to go shopping for cran.
'Cause all my friends are drinking cran. I got the fucking cran. We got.
Let's get this Irish fuckers drunk, Joe. I told you we be sending Irish bombs.
Oh, shit. Irish Dave Doherty. What's up, Irish Dave? That's the sickest name, bro. I knew a guy named Dave Doherty.
You've got a new subscriber.
I knew a guy named Dave Doherty from South Boston. Jared Barron subscribed. What? He's already been subscribed, hasn't he? He's been dropping donation bombs. But Jared, thank you for subbing again, man. Appreciate it. Must have been an unsub thing. Sometimes you got to do that. Happens a lot, actually.
Super Chat Party.
Jay Giles, what's up, man?
You know it's bad when they got to bring back these old-ass wrestlers that are just tarnishing their legacies to get people excited.
Yeah. Yeah, I know, man. It's a problem. Nobody is larger than life in the WWE seemingly now. It's just a lot of mid-card stuff going on. And that's too bad. But that's the way it is right now. They got to start letting these guys go off script and create characters. They need people to step up, like right now. They need help.
Super Chat. Super Chat.
WWE fan, loner in school sitting alone at lunch.
Yeah, see? That's what it is now. You sit at lunch at school like, oh, I wish back in my school we all talked wrestling. That's what I did.
Joe vs. Bear on Instagram at Botch Club #Botch Club #Botch #Club help spread what Ultimate Warrior said wanted from his Hall of Fame speech, the Jimmy Miranda Award. Send or tweet WWE #Jimmy Miranda Award. Follow my family on Instagram at the Wrestle Daily.
Oh, yeah, check out the Wrestle Daily and check out Botch Club on Instagram, guys. I mean, they're friends of mine, and they got some awesome botches that they put up. You have to check it out.
Super Chat Party.
Check out a band named Thank You Scientist. They blend a lot of different styles, but mostly rock. There's good music in the past years.
I will
Just
check
gotten
that
a
out.
dig.
William Ritchie, I will check that out, man. That's an interesting name, too. Thank You Scientist. That's a weird name. I like that. It's so weird. Richie, thanks, man. Yeah, you guys can see me facing the bear on the Botch Club Instagram. Oh, God, thousands of people have seen this, probably. They keep... Oh, shit, dude. Let me go over here. Oh, it's got 2,000 views. Oh, my God. Dude, you almost see my balls, but you don't. You don't, but you almost do. That bear RKO'd me, man. The bear RKO'd me out of nowhere. Hard to imagine that was, God, was that 4 years ago now? Was that 4 years ago now? You guys got to go follow Botch Club. They're going to be putting up more incidents of me and the bear in the future. By the way, Botch Club got ripped off by WWE Network. The Good Brothers, the club, they stole Botch Club. They stole the fucking name to make a show on WWE Network. Botch Club's been around. They stole it. It's freaking ridiculous. My man sold the shit out of that. Thanks, man. Upstairs neighbors at 3 a.m. Luckily, I didn't have any neighbors. Offer this man a contract, WWE. Ted KO out of nowhere. That's funny. That's fucking... It's also gay, but no, it's funny. I mean, not a bad sell. Oh, I'm getting credit. I mean, I was a wrestler, so, I mean, I should be okay. Kenny Omega did it better with the doll. You're probably right. AEW looks great. Me losing my virginity is either he just fucked the teddy bear or the teddy bear kicked him in the nuts. These captions. Looks like the WCW Junkyard match. Next James Ellsworth. 40-year-old virgin part 2. God, I was like 29 in this video. Or 30 maybe. I'm not even 30. Better than the last 3 Mania events. Insane Clown Posse outtakes. When your mom is getting hysterectomy and you don't have anyone to play with. What the fuck? Fat man, age 30, living home with his mom, still gets beaten up by an object that can't move. That guy had it pretty close. Clean your house, for fuck's sake. This is the guy that chants CM Punk at house shows. Yeah, I remember this was when, I mean, we all basically, like, lived in this room, so the room was always a mess because we all lived in it. My 3 kids, me and Leah, all lived in this room, basically. So, yeah, we're out of here now. And now I have a house. Thanks to you guys. And all my work over the years. But now I don't want to lose my house. So go become a patron. Because we need support on Patreon. Not only do we need support on Patreon, but there's 30 hours of bonus content on Patreon. There's so much content on Patreon, your balls will explode. Like you're like literally like your ball sack will explode. There's just tons of shit over there. Get over to Patreon right the fuck now. Episode 4 of me and Tommy NC, Till Death Do Us podcast is up there. Questions for my Morning Madness podcast is up. I'll be recording that in a few minutes. My alerts about my reviews usually go up there. Corrupted 87 audio is there, as well as my new song right there, a little clip of it. Corrupted podcast in full on video is up there with the pre and post shows. And just a bunch of other shit like that you don't get on YouTube. It's all there on Patreon. Become a patron, become a patron, become a patron. And now, let me go over to Jared Barron. What's up, Jared?
How you doing, Mr.?
How you doing, man?
I'm doing great. How about yourself?
I've got a headache. I'm like got a raging headache.
Like a raging boner, but you know.
Yeah, it's like the opposite. It's like the boner would be like, this is great. But no, this is more like, I was watching SmackDown like this, and so here I am doing this. So that's why I'm a little bit weird tonight. And then also Jake's not here because I was thinking, well, at least Jake will be here because I'm just dying. But Jake was dying more than me, so.
Well, you know, at least hopefully you both get some rest. But I mean, going on your points back to, you were talking about how the wrestling fans aren't going to come back. I kind of don't agree at some point into the fact of when I was watching Chris Jericho podcast with the Con Man. I forgot like what his name was.
Con, the guy that owns AEW. Yeah, I got to listen to that still.
Yeah, you saw that as well?
No, I heard about it like days before, and I was like really excited, and then I didn't listen to it yet.
So it was just really interesting. He has his own analytical company that he runs for the Jacksonville Jaguars. It was just really interesting how he was discussing about how he's able to use his analytical background from the Jaguars and the company that he has, as well as he puts it in place at Fulham, and how he's going to bring it to AEW. So he's talking about how he's been able to put his analytics together to help and as well as bring people from around the industry and make it, I think, a good brand. He was saying like in the next 5 years, he hopes to see like AEW doing really well. Like in the first year or two, like have their really brand their TV deal happen. You know what I mean?
I mean, he's going to have to grow the audience. I mean, I think that's what he's talking about, but it's like,
yeah,
that is going to be a tough thing to grow a new wrestling audience. You're going to have to do some out there stuff. Like, and you're going to have to look at TNA and be like, you know, what did they do right and wrong? And we need to go do everything they did right, plus all this new stuff.
That's exactly what they were talking about. They were like he was like talking about like, we don't want to do what TNA did. We don't want to do what WCW does. We don't want to sign too much talent, even though like everyone's like, oh, we got to sign. And it was just funny because like he was talking about, we're going to sign like maybe 10, 11 people. And Chris Jericho was like saying, oh, we have like 10, 12 months of content right there. You know what I mean? So, I mean, they were just saying how they're going to have just, you know, a not niche amount of people, but I would say like a good amount of people, but not like WWE where we're going to buy you up and just fucking hang you on the coat rack.
You just need like 12 stable guys. And then like, because then you can bring in up to 10 like walk-ins. Like, oh, you know, well, $300, come on the show. You know, $500, $800, $1,000. You know, you pay. It's like you can pay 10 guys for just a one-time appearance. So like, yeah, you've got. I get what they're doing. I don't get the full logistics of it. I know the guy's got a lot of money, obviously. I think this is a dream of his, and I think because he's rich, he can kind of do it, and he saw a reason to do it. But I'm just worried. I hope that. I don't know. They've got to do something really big. I've said this for 5 years. No, not 5 years. 3 years now or something. 4 years. I've said whoever gets CM Punk or whoever gets like 2 big names to cross over, like that's going to be really important if you can do that. Like you're going to have to start seeing these guys cross over. And if you do, you know, I know that they're meeting with like Batista and Goldberg and there's a couple other names that I can't remember right now, but
I mean, it's like those are all old guys. Like, there's nothing wrong with that, but it's just like they're bringing in people like from New Japan. Like, I didn't even know OWE. Like, no one even knew what the fuck that was until like AEW. Some people know. I mean, maybe a little bit, but I mean, like AEW's branching out into these different like independent ring, like, and they're doing AAA. I don't know really much. But
they've got to grow a new audience. It can't just be like AAA's coming over and you know Ring of Honor's coming over, New Japan's coming over. Like they need to grow a new audience.
Yes. What I mean is with the new style, and they were just talking about the win-loss ratio, how it's going to matter and stuff. I don't know how they're going to incorporate that, but I think like we're going to be able to see, you know, a better style of storytelling via AEW than WWE. Because like what I'm seeing on like the Jericho show, what I saw with like just how they were talking, just like they weren't just like, oh, we're gonna be family friendly. No, they were fucking cussing and shit. So I mean, like it just gives me a sign of like, okay, this guy isn't like all about the PG era and shit. It's gonna be a little more edgy, you know what I mean? There's gonna be a little more bang to the buck, you know, and I think that should draw more people in that may have like not wanted to see like the PG shit, you know. I mean, it's nothing wrong with it. It's just, as you said, the storytelling. Put
it this way, like Being Elite. Listen, I love these guys. I want them to do really well. Like, please, I hope they do. Looking at their YouTube channel, you know, Being Elite, you know, there's some, you know, there are 200,000 views, 400,000 views, 200,000 views. I mean, you know, I actually was shocked because I didn't pay attention to the numbers on their channel that much. I just kind of watched them and whatever. But, you know, I'm shocked that some of these videos only have 150,000 views because, you know, they're kind of a big deal. This is the whole thing that sort of like got it going, and this is their whole connection. And it's like you would think with what they're doing right now that this Being Elite channel would do like millions of views. And it's really good. Like it's doing really well. Like no doubt. But it's like I'm just worried like how are you going to grow? I don't think that they can't sustain and be AEW and be good. I don't think that can't happen. I don't think that they can't be like the number 2, like WWE, AEW, then Impact, Ring of Honor, or whatever. I don't have any doubt that these guys can't go to number 2. Can they surpass NXT? I don't know. I don't even know if they can surpass NXT. Maybe have they? I don't know if they have because NXT has about, I don't know what the ratings are actually of NXT. The ratings. I know that there's probably about, you know, 800,000 people watching NXT total. So that's why when you go through around the U.S., it's like there's only smatters of it everywhere because there's only, it's probably not even 800,000. It's probably less than that.
I think like when it comes to AEW, it sounded like Khan had a really good plan. Like he was talking about how his dad was, you know, he had to have a good business plan because, you know, he's the man, the actual Khan man, the great, I'll just call him the Genghis Khan, has all the money and shit. And while his like son, like he has a degree in business. So, I mean, he has to have like a fine business plan that having all this money spent. So, I mean, there has to be some type of like growth in the company. So I mean, they probably have projected growth, but I mean, they're, you know, how they're starting small. They're trying to take the approach as we talked about. Like I think developing the business via doing pay-per-views. They're getting their TV deals set out. They're getting more sponsorships, and I think once they get that rolling, I think then you'll see more and more. Slowly, it may not be like a fast boom shakalaka. Like I think like what all other wrestling organizations like TNA or, you know, Ring of Honor wanted to try to do, beat WWE, maybe not, or maybe even just maybe have more growth, you know. I think that's just what they want. Upward trajectory over the next 5-year plan is what he was talking about, and so that makes sense to me.
Well, I guess I'm looking at the bigger picture. Like, yeah, because if they can start off with 200, 300,000 people and they can get up to 500,000 people, well, then they can get up to maybe 800,000 people, and I get that. But I guess I'm thinking about new wrestling fans, and I know that's not their business. By the way, that's not their business plan. You're right about that. That's not their business plan. They're not thinking like we're going to create all these new fans. They're just thinking we need to get all the fans that are here right now and get them on our side. Then we'll be successful. And then, you know, creating new fans after that, fine, we'll worry about that then. But I'm just being selfish, kind of thinking about it big picture now. I mean, honestly, AEW, they would actually want WWE to do better. Because if WWE does better, what would happen is they would filter the guys down to them. And that, like, seriously, like, if WWE all of a sudden tomorrow had 3 million more fans, a huge chunk of those people, like maybe at least 500,000 of those possibly, could trickle down to you and increase your business. And that's how you get, you know, WCW, WWE. That's how you get people interested again, and that could work. But it's somebody's going to have to create new fans at some point, regardless of anything. Somebody somewhere is going to have to create new fans. Reports said NXT does about 200 to 300,000. Okay, that makes sense, Mez. So let's say that they're really around 400,000. Let's give them an extra 100 for the people that don't always watch and things like that. Maybe 500,000 even, right? You give NXT 500,000 people. So Impact Wrestling is down to like 100,000.
Boy.
And, NXT is at 500,000. And if we go by the numbers of All In, All In had about 200,000 eyes on it, I think.
Yeah.
So, there's your starting point. Now, what's going to happen when they get a TV deal? Where are they going to start? Are they going to start at 100,000? I don't know.
Well, I think one of the things I didn't mention was Khan was talking about how they're introducing guys that people knew, like Jericho and stuff. But I think he's trying to talk about people introducing this wrestling style that other people haven't seen in the national broadcasting, actual national live television. So, he's actually talking about bringing in overseas people. That's what they're doing, of course. But and having it on a national stage, national television, which I'm ready to see what they do with that, because that could be a very pivotal point with the business. When it comes to the Fox deal, who knows what happens? Who knows what may happen? It could really shoot WWE in the foot, or it could possibly increase the fan base. We don't know until we cross that bridge when it happens. They probably already have projections, but projections only are so much. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A fan rate, it could raise it. I think, as you said, it's all about the money. It really is just all about the money. But as you said, the fans run this shit. But I don't know.
No, we're gonna find out. It's gonna be. They made it interesting at least, so that's cool. Jared, anything else you want to say, man, before I move on?
Monetize this 200. Can't wait for that. I'm broke, but I love you and best of luck.
Yeah, what do you broke? We broke you here.
You broke me. I'm trying to stay away as much as I'm trying not to donate. It's just in my impulsive nature is fucking donate.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it. If anything, just throw $2 or something now. Don't kill yourself. I told you, man, I did that. I gave $800, I think $800 to a band once when I was younger.
Yeah.
And I was like, it was awesome, but I was in credit card debt for 4 years. I was like,
yeah, no. I put $6,000 in the bank once. I was like, Mom, I need to stop. Well, I didn't say that to her. I was just like, I just put a lot away, and I was just like, okay, here's a little bit of play money for yourself. So I got it figured out. But yeah, well, I hope you have a good one, Joe, and keep going the show, man.
All right, man. Thank you very much, Jared.
Have a good one.
All right, Jared Barron gave me his life savings over the last couple weeks. I think the guy dropped $1,000 on the show in the last couple weeks, which is pretty crazy. But also was, it's weird because I'm in such a tight situation myself with everything in the house and stuff and whatever. I don't want to talk about it because it sounds like you're fucking crying or something here, begging. But that guy, good thing he did because it helped out big time. We were really in trouble. But I feel, Jared, what are you doing? Don't drop too much on Monetize This 200 now. Don't be donating if you can't. I'll monetize this 200. You listen up, everybody. But yeah, I am looking forward to Monetize This 200 this Friday night. It's going to be insane. The belt is on the line. Monica, what's going to happen? I may have to do some crazy shit in my house on Friday night to make up for the fact that people aren't going to be out here to have the beer pong tournament that I wanted to have. All because we all had to get sick. Let's go to the donations. A lot of people donated. I missed it.
Here we go. I'm about to get it, man.
Here we go.
About to get it, man. Here we go. Oh, no.
We talked more about rap than shitty SmackDowns, let alone pro wrestling. Indie shows get more people than WWE shows.
Jay Paula, thank you, man, but what indie shows? WWE house shows still draw sometimes $3,000, $5,000. What indie shows are drawing $3,000 to $5,000? Maybe I misunderstood the donation, but I don't think any indie shows are outdrawing WWE. All In was huge, but that was like a pay-per-view. WWE's pay-per-views draw that too, but I don't know. Indie shows,
Super
no way.
Super Chat.
What you going to do, Joe, when Jake Mania roll over you?
Casey is raw. What's up, Casey? You think Jake Mania is going to roll over me? He might. He might roll over me and beat me up. Yeah, he might destroy me. He could destroy me.
You've got a new subscriber.
Pro Wrestling News Central on YouTube. Thanks for subscribing to the channel. What's up? Yeah, we need to. I'm hoping to have a fun time this Friday night, guys. And in a little while, I'm going to record with Justin Bailey. Me and Justin Bailey's new show, the new morning show, the new weekly show.
Bum.
It's going to be good.
I thought The Miz and Shane were going to make out tonight on SmackDown. What's up with that? They should just get a room and get it over with. Also, Asuka looked fucking sexy tonight, but she just needs to keep her fucking mouth close. Points to Mandy Rose.
Ryback, get out of the chat, Ryback! God damn it, Ryback! I'm really pissed off now. That AEW wrestling guy, thank you for that. Yeah, I thought Miz and Shane's thing was a little awkward at one point. It got a little weird.
Here we go.
It did get a little weird.
Here we go. About to get it, man. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, no.
Thank you for taking my call. Hope they let Aleister Black go off script like CM Punk went off script.
I mean, I hope they just let all the wrestlers speak, without having to be scripted. So scripted. Thank you, Nathan Broderick, for the $5. Nathan, what's up? Ryback, I swear to God, if you don't get out of the chat, Ryback, I'm going to choke a baby. Swear to God, Ryback, I will choke a baby. And I've got 3 kids, so I know what it's like, but I'll do it. I'll find one in like a shelter somewhere. I don't know who they are. Ah! Sorry, Nathan Broderick, thanks for the donation, man. Happy birthday tomorrow night if that's you. I think that's you. Let me get the next one.
Super chat. Super chat.
Oh, there
Thanks for wishing me a happy B-Day. See you Thursday.
See you over on my other channel. Shout out to Botch Club in the chat. Botch Club thinks the Boston Bruins are winning the cup. Let's hope so, Botch Club.
Pour me a beer. You've got
Make sure you guys sub to Botch Club and find Botch Club on Instagram. Power King 40, what's up? Come on, let's do it. Let's fuck those Sharks up. Sorry, I lost my mind. I'm still hyped over the Patriots shit, you know what I mean? Still losing my mind. Can I choke Tommy instead, says Doc Simmons. Wow. Me and Tommy did our podcast earlier tonight. Should I look at SmackDown and kind of go over it for a second? I don't think we did that at all yet. I think I got way behind with everything. The Miz and Shane segment, I didn't care too much for. It was whatever. It was kind of fun when Shane said, well, the NXT guys are going to be coming out again tonight. I was like, wow, they're coming out again tonight. That's sick. Cool. All right. Then the Usos came out, and then they backed off, and didn't really care about that segment too much. 5 out of 10. Then Aleister Black versus Andrade. Pretty good little match. Interesting. Zelina Vega. Zelina Vega is married to Aleister Black, yet she's in the corner of Cien Almas. And so that was weird. Everybody was commenting on that, and that was kind of funny. And, man, Aleister Black is lucky. Wow. Pick her up. But, good little match. Good little match. Good match. I'd probably say these guys are capable of an 8 or 9. They probably gave us about a 7. Good match. The Bar versus DIY. This was a match I didn't care too much about, but it was fun to see DIY on SmackDown, so it was kind of fun. There was a little goonery going on by the Bar, and the notable moment to me was at the end when Ciampa was doing that sunset flip or something off the top rope, a power bomb, something like that, and it looked like he snapped his knee or something. At first, I tweeted that he might have just messed up an ACL, but it also could just be his kneecap stretched his knee bad, and the referee was very, very concerned. The referee was couldn't really tell. He was clearly communicating with the back at some point, or getting ready to, because it seemed like a horrific thing. And I think that he's very close to getting really hurt. And I don't know if there's news out there about him being hurt. He probably just tweaked his kneecap a little bit because he was standing fine, it seemed like, afterwards. So it wasn't anything bad like any ACL or a knee contusion of some kind. It was just kind of like a stretch. But it was very close. Could be a bruise. Could be bruised too, the way he landed on his kneecap. So luckily it seems like Champ is okay, but I haven't looked at the reports on that yet. Again, decent match for these guys. decent match. SmackDown 7 out of 10. Good wrestling going on here for SmackDown. Asuka comes out and she's all crazy and goofy, of course, or whatever. But I thought it was cool. Finally seeing Asuka. What's going to happen? Mandy Rose comes out. Mandy Rose beats her because Lacey Evans comes out and distracts Asuka, which kind of made Asuka look like an idiot. That was the one thing I didn't like about this. She's already kind of like, ooh, she's already a little bit weird anyway. So when you make her do things like this, to me, it's just a little bit goofy. It would have been a little bit better to me if, I know it didn't. I guess it didn't go right. It didn't seem to go right. Asuka went into the ropes, and then she fell over, I think, and then she got rolled up. It just didn't. Somebody messed up, and it might have been Mandy Rose, maybe. Asuka didn't seem like she was selling the throat at all until afterwards. So when she went into the ropes, I was like, why is she falling over right now? And then she got rolled up, and I was like, and then she got rolled up and lost? That looked really dumb. What happened? And I just feel like it was, number one, Asuka didn't sell the throat enough right away. So I saw her get rolled up for almost nothing. And then she grabbed the throat, and I was like, oh, she hit her throat on the rope. I get it. So she did save it by doing it then, but it just, that didn't sync up right to me. Did anybody else notice that? I don't know. Mandy Rose gets a win over Asuka. I'm not a big fan of the execution of that segment. I'm not that against Asuka getting pinned if she's distracted. It just was so sloppy that it made her look stupid. So I didn't like that. Ricochet versus Eric Young was another good match with Ricochet. I thought it was better on Raw. He did a better job on Raw, but it was still a good little match. And I missed some of it, honestly, because I was at that point getting a really bad headache. Kofi Kingston, AJ Styles, Hardy, and everybody in this big schmoss of a match that I didn't care about. But again, it got exciting at the end when Kofi Kingston picked up the victory. And the crowd was really popping for Kofi. He had a nice little promo earlier with the New Day, kind of, saying, they were the ones that volunteered him. They voted him to be the one that was going to represent New Day in the cage or whatever. So I don't know. Asuka's having trouble now that she doesn't have her perfect win streak. The minute they took that away, like, they really stopped caring that much about her. And then they just really haven't done a whole lot with her. So it's just too bad that that's the way things went. Listen, guys, thank you for listening tonight. And I got to tell you something. Yeah.
What if the turkeys ate us?
Yes!
They filleted us.
What if the turkeys ate us?
What if they killed us and ate our children? What if the turkeys ate us? What if they filleted us? If the turkeys ate us.
Oh my God.
If they had to hate us. Thanksgiving was a little bit different. Instead, the turkeys ate us. They gobbled us apart. But first they'd eat our nuts. And then they'd eat our butts. The turkeys ate us. What if the turkeys ate us? What if the turkeys ate us? What if they ate our fucking nuts? What if the turkeys ate us instead of mashed potatoes?
That wrestling guy. That AEW wrestling guy. Thank you, bro. This is my favorite, dude.
I can't wait till Double or Nothing. I'm looking forward to it. I bought tickets and will definitely have fun in Vegas with my girl.
Hell yeah.
Also monetize this 200 I got you, Joe. Let me need what you all need. Just give me a day with Leah.
That AEW guy. That AEW wrestling guy. Dude, thank you for that, dude. I was about to end the show and then fucking you nailed me with one of my favorite donations. What if the turkeys ate us? That is absolutely one of my favorites. I'll have to talk to Leah about that one. We are about to record our podcast, so our next one. So we've got a bunch of podcasts, me and Leah's new one, so I'll have to ask Leah. Oh my God, the cran! No, Jared Barron, what are you doing? I drink cran 'cause I'm the man. Oh no! My enemies saw the cran and ran. Cran man, come on, make me believe in tasty. I'm so thirsty, would you answer me? All my friends are fucking the man, 'cause all my friends are drinking cran. They're drinking cran, 'cause all my friends are drinking cran. I got the fucking cran. Dude, I need to go shopping. I didn't have any money.
Support just kidding. Smiling face with heart eyes. Smiling face with heart eyes. Smiling face with heart eyes. Smiling face with heart eyes.
Jared Barron fucking couldn't help it, dropping the old Milan Lucic $17 cran donation. Dude, I'm telling you what. What am I from the South? I'm telling you what. I needed to wait till I got paid to go shopping, so I haven't gotten cran yet. So I literally don't have any cran, or I'd drink it right now for you. I'm out of cran. But I'm going shopping either tonight. Not tonight now. Never mind. It's 11:30. I'm going shopping tomorrow, and I will be buying some cran. So thank you very much for that. What if Jared Barron is Baron Corbin? I don't know. He didn't sound like Baron Corbin. Super chat. Not boring enough.
Do you create new fans or bring back old fans?
CJ Crumb, what's up, man? I create new fans. I definitely create new fans. I think some old listeners do come back, but some listeners leave and they come back, and that happens. But I create a lot of new fans, or new listeners, new friends. The word fans is weird to me. You guys are listeners or friends, something like that. Fans is always weird to me. But go broke for Cronin. Hashtag go broke for Cronin. Thanks, man. The fucking donation train was going off. Yeah. In the chat, tell me how long you've been listening to me. We'll find out right now. Tell me how long you've been listening to me. Some people it's been a few months. Some people it's been a few days. Some people it's been years. Whatever. Right now in the chat, let me hear it. Let's find out how long you've been listening to this show and me for. And we'll find out right now how many...
Super Chat Party.
My last $2. It was this or baby food.
My God, I hope that's a joke. C.E. Moore, man, I love you, man. Thank you for that. You better be fucking kidding, though. I'll freak the hell out. I used to eat baby food at one point, too, man. I had dollar meals. When it was me, Leah, and Gavin. Yeah, 4 months, 5 months, 4 years, 5 years, 2 years, 1, 2 years, 4 years, 3 years. A lot of old school people. A lot of new people, though. 6 months. 5 months. See, like every, 10 to 15 people, it's like there's a new person, I feel like. And we know that we grow new people, too. What's up, J Swizz? What's up, the deity? Ever since you destroyed Bruce Blitz. Yeah, dude, I remember that, Almighty One. Holy shit. What a dick he was. Yeah, I mean, we gained 1,000 subs in the last 28 days, so that's growing, enough. It's not a huge growth, but it's a growth nonetheless. Jared Barron, thanks, man. Not gonna lie, I met you through JD. Well, a lot of people met me through JD. Some of my listeners found JD through me, or found him through me, or me through him. But yeah, I got a lot of listeners from JD, no doubt about it. Are you kidding me? I had 15,000 subs when I met him. He had, at the time, he had 30 or 40,000 subs, and I had 15,000 subs, I think, at the time. Yeah, Kofi Mania is running wild right now. It's all over the place. I'm looking at it like it's trending.
Here we go, about to get
I'm not
it,
even
man.
kidding.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Oh,
Fade to black. What's up, Fade to Black?
Started listening when you and Dingleberry started out of nowhere. Been listening to you ever since. F that
thank you.
pedophile cat banger. Bruce Blitz I ram too.
Yeah, fuck him too. Fade to Black, thanks, man. That's terrible. He just he's not a pedophile. But Fade to Black, you're the shit. Fade to Black, what's up, bro? He's probably he's a very small man. I know that. He's the size of a finger. You know, this is like him. He's like the size of a finger. It's like 5'4". You know, I don't know. He's a scary little guy. I want to shout out to MWM for increasing their pledges. Michael King for increasing his pledge. $5 to $10. A lot of people going up to the $10 mark on Patreon. I assume it's to hear the Honestly podcasts with Tommy. Also, me and Dave Rose's podcast is going to be up there as well. So look for that. All on Patreon.
Donate to this man, Joe. You don't have to.
Donate to this man, Joe. You don't have to. Yeah, you certainly don't have to. But well, I mean, it's like dude, you don't have to do anything. You can just enjoy the free content, hang out, whatever. But yeah, if you love the content and you get enough out of it, yeah, feel free to drop a couple bucks here or there, or have some fun. Keeps the shows going. Honestly, trying to find WrestleMania 33, and I found you. Yeah, a lot of people found me from. I'm trying to find the real show, and then they found me, and they were like, "What the hell is this?" I'm gonna stay watching this. Oh God, I remember the Darth Rivers thing. Shit, William Ritchie, that was fucking awesome. Devious Dave Rose, is that really Dave Rose in the chat? I mean, I was talking to him earlier on my. That is Dave Rose, huh?
Super Chat Party.
I was just talking to him on Facebook all day.
I was sold when you guys did the Darth Rivers face with tears of joy face with tears of joy.
It was pretty fun, man. It was pretty fun. And what I'm going to do for you guys right now is I want to check something out real quick. But while I sit here, I want to plug the podcast with Tommy. William Ritchie, thank you. William Ritchie. I got to pull up that episode because that was funny. That shit was fucking funny. By the way, monetize this 200 on Friday night. I just want to let everybody know. Ken will be here. Not be here physically because he can't because he's got to work early in the next morning. But he will be on the show on Skype. And then Justin Bailey will make his return to monetize this. Starting this Friday, Bailey returns to monetize this pretty much permanently. But he probably won't be showing up on the shows until about 1 a.m. So the first couple hours, Bailey won't be here, and then he'll come in. So, but Ken may actually still be on the show for the first hour or two. So that may be like they're tagging in and out, if that makes any sense. So it's like, Bailey's coming in right as Ken's leaving. So we'll still get that going on. Here's the first few minutes of the podcast, episode 4 of the Honestly podcast. I don't know why I have to show you. Yeah, 4. See, look, I said the number. I know how to show it to you too. Oh, fucking weird. With Tommy, episode of. And download it if you're a patron. You can listen to it, whatever you want to do on the Patreon app or on the website. I know you don't shame women over weight because we did a whole show one day on like what women you thought were hot, and like at least half of them were big sloppy cunts, Yeah, it was weird. I remember it.
I guess I just want a woman that I'm not gonna crush in sex.
What are you talking about? You're gonna crush in sex? You're not that big. Oh, you're a big guy, yeah. So you sit on some little girl and she's like 120 pounds or less. You'd kill her.
Or get off! Get off!
Yeah, just she's begging you to get off of her. I get
Tommy, I can't breathe.
Has that happened before?
No, it's never happened. So
Not yet.
It's probably never gonna happen.
What? That you'll crush some girl, or that you'll have sex with a girl?
probably have sex with somebody.
See, I like how you're like, I'm like, dude, you know what? Finish your food before we start, because whatever. And you're like, no, I can multitask. It's like, yeah, I know that, but then the show is.
Sorry.
I'm just kidding. But no, let's go back. Oh, I'm not kidding, but I mean, you know, whatever. My mic stand's broken. I gotta like fucking turn this thing. These $9 mic stands. I don't know why I buy 2 at a time. I should buy 7 at a time.
Hey, you could be like that bald-headed baby and just hold the microphone in your hand.
Yeah, I could just hold it like a weirdo.
Hey, Ricardio, watch me hold it, because I'm going to hold my muscles, and I'm going to flex, and I want to punch Joe Cronin the wife in the face.
Are you going to watch these muscles, man? Are you going to watch me hold this microphone? Who holds this mic? I hold this mic like a man. He doesn't hold a mic. He can't hold a mic. I can. Yeah, he's a mess. The guy's a mess. But no, I can't even believe you know people's names. You've spent too much time watching that guy.
I mean, I've watched some of his stuff because, and I was watching one of his shows, and he was talking about, what is it, ECW? He says that how he hates the product, and he wants to watch it burn. And I'm like, why would you want something that could blossom into something beautiful and go up against WWE and maybe burn WWE, you know, and maybe become the next...
I said right. Yeah, no, I get you. I'm with you.
Because it could be this could be the next Monday Night Wars. If they were to put themselves on the right time slot, they could go up against WWE, and this would be the next Monday Night Wars. People would be watching WWE, and then they go over and watch ECW. Or is that the name of it?
Are you talking about AEW or?
Yeah, AEW. AEW, my bad. I'm sorry.
Yeah, because it's just like there's a vibe to it right now. But I like my thing is this, and this is hard to wrap your head around, but it's true. It is nobody is making new wrestling fans. Like nobody. AEW isn't creating new wrestling fans yet, and WWE isn't creating new wrestling fans really either. So like that's the one weird thing that's going on right now is nobody is creating new wrestling fans, and that needs to start happening somewhere. Otherwise, you know.
It's gonna WWE. I mean, right now WWE is controlling the market. It is dominating, like the massive juggernaut it is. But the thing with that juggernaut is, if you don't refresh that juggernaut, it's going to die slowly and rot in a grave. And that's what WWE has done. And Vince has cemented them in that grave, and they can't progress. But, you know, Stephanie and, you know, and Triple H, they're trying to put decorations on that cement. But at the same time, with the women's division and women's titles, Vince is like, no, it belongs in the cement, and it's going to stay in the cement. And it's just like, well, hey, how about a black guy for champion? No, that's not going to happen as long as I'm champion. Well, how about Kofi Kingston? He's a good wrestler, but no thank you. I'm fine.
They might actually go with that. You know, they might actually go with Kofi, maybe. You know, that could happen. But let me ask you this.
Yes.
You were creeping out in, you know, Kevin's stream. We just talked about that. I noticed you were creeping out because you were sending me messages earlier today where you were like upset, like you're really angry. You were talking about, I think you were in Scott's his chat or something like that.
Yeah, I was. You know, I'm just aggravated on how this guy is obsessed with you, and he's obsessed with me. He's kind of obsessed with me, but he's really obsessed with you and Ken. Like,
Yeah.
this is the kind of dude, I guarantee you, if he saw you in person, he would shoot you with a tranquilizer dart and drag you and Ken back to his house and put you in a gigantic bird cage.
And fuck us.
Yeah,
And
every Tuesday is
Dude, that was so weird. Like, I kept waiting for you to say fuck you or drag you back and tie you up to rape you, all these things. And you said drag him home and put you in a bird cage. Like, that was the weirdest shit, dude. I did not expect bird cage. I expected a lot of stuff right there. I did not see bird cage coming. I will tell you that.
Can you imagine going to the store, you know, I guess just the regular store, and saying, "Excuse me, do you have a cage where I could keep something in?" And they're like, "What kind of thing?" "Oh, it's just nothing. It's nothing. It's something I want to keep it in there. And also, can I get soundproofing for it?" What are you keeping in this, sir?" "Nothing. It's definitely a gigantic bird." "Well, we have a gigantic bird cage. What do you want soundproofing?" "It's a loud bird and it screams a lot."
Yeah, it's called JB. Justin Bailey. I want to put Justin Bailey's bird ass. It's definitely not a human being, sir. It's definitely not a human being. Yeah. It's a classic joke.
And dynamic.
It's a classic joke, man. You know what? God, I hate this. This new Skype. What it's doing right now is it's like controlling the audio. You know what I mean? When it does that, when it changes the levels over and over again, that drives me nuts.
Oh my gosh, I don't notice it really, because when I do my show, I'm automatically just I don't have all the technical stuff that you have when you do your show.
Right.
So I'm just interviewing people, and I don't multitask when I do my show.
One of the things I notice is when I'm recording, I'm looking at the levels, and they go up and down, they start changing. I'm like, why is my levels changing? So I adjust it, but then it goes back down, and there's like, it's a new thing in Windows 10, where it's like, it's fucking impossible to like, to change that in Windows 10 now. I don't know why that is, but it drives me nuts, because then later on when I'm editing, it's like I gotta change all the levels everywhere because it's going up and down. 1 minute I'm quiet, the next minute I'm loud. One thing that people don't, you know, that's interesting about you, and me too, but also like you a lot when we do these, is like, dude, you don't even have to have topics available with you. You know, we could talk for hours. I feel like you could just talk about everything for hours. It would never end. You know, you get that a lot. You can just talk about shit forever.
Yeah, I can. It depends on like how bad the scrutiny is when I can get with a conversation. It depends if somebody is recording. I kind of like censor myself, and then if we're not recording, I'll just run loose with any conversation and go crazy. And then people are like, "What the hell, Tommy? When did we get on this conversation?" And I'm like, because I don't know, when we were in Florida, I don't know if I got that way with you, if I was like, when I was having conversations with you and, JD, like, I don't know if, I don't know if I was like really open or if I was really nervous at the time, because I was like hanging out with like one of my internet buddies, and like I couldn't believe I was actually sitting in the same room as you, and I was actually stoked, really excited about that when I was doing that in Florida,
Yeah, it was a fun time, man. It was a fun time. Hey, what did you bring up with Gotta Cringe earlier? I was going to start the show with it, but I went into the other things. You said something about Gotta Cringe and naked and something else. He's masturbating, something like that.
Alright, so I call Cringe, and I'm talking with him, and I'm like, "So what you up to, Joel?" And he's like, "Oh, I'm just sitting here naked, masturbating." And I'm like, what is that word? What is that thing that you say to somebody when you too much information?
Yeah, but is he joking? Because like I would say that, but I wouldn't really be, jerking off,
With Joel, I don't ever know.
Right, he's for real.
Because like I know Joel is open with his sexuality. Like he talks about in his streams. He talks about going to strip clubs. He talks about masturbating. He talks about his foreskin restoration advice, how it gives him orgasms.
Did you just say foreskin restoration advice?
Yes, foreskin restoration device.
What the fuck? Dude, he's like shitbreak from fucking American Pie or something. He's like holding tantra orgasms in the corner everywhere. He's like, hold on a minute.
Oh, is that the guy? Is that the guy that screwed Stifler's mother?
Yeah.
He's like, after a while, didn't he know that he was Stifler's mom because he was screwing her in part 2?
Yeah, he knew right away. He was like, oh, Stifler's mom. The best thing was when he meets her in the first movie, because he was going to go to the prom with all these women because they're spreading all the secrets, the rumors about his dick being big and sex and everything. So all the girls wanted to do him. So then they get him fucked up and he shits his pants in the bathroom. So then he has no date for the prom. So he's in Stifler's mom's house or whatever by himself drinking scotch or whatever. And Stifler's mom comes in. He goes, Stifler's mom. And then she's like, so what's up with you? And then she's like, so where's your little date tonight? And he looks at her and he goes, oh, there's no date. There was a bathroom incident. He just straight face like, there's no date. There was a bathroom incident. Like, that's the fucking hilarious part to me. Like, that's the funniest part of that movie to me.
My favorite favorite
PWR,
character. Huh?
My bad. I was playing my buddy. My buddy has a YouTube channel on wrestling, and he just sent me one of his videos. Just take a look at this. Actually, it's a big channel. It's bigger than mine now. When he first started, he had like 5,000 subs, and I had like 10,000 subs. Now he's got 160,000. Man, I should have been doing what he was doing. But anyway, I'm sorry. What were you gonna
say? Shit. I just became derailed.
I am the shit. Jesus
oh
Christ,
my
Tommy.
gosh.
I'll tell you what.
And I say a lot of terrible things about you. Oh, really? Maybe I should go watch it. And you're like, no, Crystal, no, you shouldn't watch it.
Yeah, I did. I said all that to her. I was honest with her, though. I said, hey, listen, I like you, but I have shit all over you. I tried to even tell her. At one point I said, hey, I called you a trailer park whore. And then I think she is from the trailer park.
No, Crystal's not from a trailer park. She
There's nothing wrong with that, though. I mean, I'm just saying.
As long as I've known Crystal, I don't think she's really ever lived in a trailer park. You know, like I met Crystal.
Give me a hell yeah! I think that guy Jaron Baron wants to get you drunk and cran you asshole. Joe, be careful, you might cran gangbang. Points to Mandy Rose.
I'm into that.
Ass. I met you through JD, so I love both of y'all, but I only let you go ass to mud.
Oh, that's so sweet of you. The AEW wrestling guy. I appreciate that, man. I like JD, man. I do. I really I have no problem with him at all, really. I just talk shit when people bring him up and stuff like that, you know? I wish him luck.
Got a big motherfucking cock, and fuck all you motherfucking haters. Y'all know how we get down.
How we get down.
West Side for life.
Doc Simmons.
Conan got a big motherfucking cock.
JB on monetize this makes my egg rolls hard. He hunts deer for food. I hunt cats for food. Joe, do you know how much money you can make stuffing dim sum with cat and selling it as pork? Hell, where did you think these $6 came from? Meow.
Oh my God, Gook the Humpster. Gook the Humpster Broski.
You've got a new subscriber.
Dakota Duncan, thanks for subbing. Man, it's good to see S. Dollars face again, though, guys. It really is. Listen, thank you guys so much. Again, you can hear the whole podcast with me and Tommy. It's episode 4. You can hear all 4 episodes from the past, and then, of course, that new one from today of Honestly Podcast with Tommy NC and me. All up on Patreon right now, patreon.com.
When I was a kid, I used to shove quarters up my asses when I was a kid.
Oh, no! Wait a minute.
I was full of change, definitely.
Wait a minute. Did you just say that when you were a kid, you used to shove quarters up your ass?
Yes, and I would poop them out as a kid.
Quarters in me. My name is Tommy NC. I put the quarters in me. I put the quarters in me. I put the quarters in me. My name is Tommy NC. Put the fucking quarters in me.
When I was a kid, I used to shove quarters up my asses when I was a kid.
This is for Tommy's fake fucking ass, you fucking gay ass shoving quaters up her fucking ass fucking faggot.
Irish Dave Doherty. Oh, my God. Hey, Irish, well, you helped me pay his salary for that episode we did. So thank you, Irish Dave. Irish Dave Doherty with the $25.25. Yes, Tommy admitted that when he was a kid, he stuffed quarters up his ass. He randomly admits that on Thursday Night Throwdown. And then on Friday night, I'll monetize this. Which, by the way, I'm being told is having trouble. People are having trouble playing monetize this on their phones and shit. I don't know what's going on or why that is. But, yeah, then we asked Tommy, well, just how old were you? And Tommy says that he was around 15. I mean, I thought 8 or 9 was too old to be doing it, but I thought with his way he is, maybe he was 8 or 9, you know, and he did that when he was 8 or 9. But to find out that he might have been 15 was a little bizarre. But yeah, anyway, you guys can hear that. Thank you so much, Dave, for all the donations tonight, especially for that one. I appreciate that, man, and you guys are beasts tonight. And I'm trying to monetize this 199.5, and yeah, it's not playing. Does anybody know what's going on? What the hell's going on? It's just blank. There's no problem with it. I looked it up on the internet. Here it is. Trump. Roadblock. I'm refreshing it. And it's just blank. Live chat not available. Comments are there. Comments are down below. This guy even timestamped something. I click on it, it's just blank. What the fuck is going on with monetize this 199.5? I have no idea what to tell you guys. I have no idea what's going on. It says it's not suitable for advertisers, but that's all it says. There's no copyright claims. There's no anything else. There's timestamps all over it. Dude, I have no idea why this video is glitched like this. It's playing for me right here. So weird. I'm going to try to save it as a new video and see if that triggers it. I don't know why it's not playing. That is so weird. I'm going to go ahead and save it as an unlisted separate video and see if I can duplicate it and download it. So everybody that's asking me about monetize this 199.5, I'm sorry, I don't know why it says that. It says unavailable on this device on my phone, and on the computer it just doesn't work. That's so weird. The new 199.5 FM. Yeah, so weird. I don't know what's going on with it. We'll fix it though, I guess. I'll have to re-upload monetize this and get it back up there for you guys. So thank you guys. Please join Patreon. Think about that. And I will see you guys tomorrow night for Out of Nowhere. Hopefully Jake will be feeling better. If Jake isn't feeling better, we'll take calls with Connor. And hopefully I'll find out if everybody's on board tomorrow night or not. And I may be back later with some gaming shit, but I think I'm going to be recording with Bailey now. So look for that. Me and Bailey's new shit will be up as well. So look for all that shit. I'll see you guys later. The following is content exclusively available for patrons only on patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show. Thank you guys for supporting what I do.
You're listening to The Joe Cronin Show. The Joe Cronin Show.
Exclusively on Patreon.
Brought to you by Botch Club. Good night, everybody. Oh, yo, Beely dropped 10 bits on Twitch as well. Beely, thank you for the 10 bits, Beely. You sick beast.
Monetize this out of nowhere. Throw down.
It's JCS, and everybody know we the best, and everybody loves Joe Cronin. That's why we all love to tune in. Everybody loves out of nowhere. Monetize this, bitch is in the air. Run SmackDown reviews, so don't you fear. So tune in every night right here. Yeah, yeah. You know it's Cronin, tell them that we own it. On almost every night, bitch, we got the potion. Laying back in my whip, puffin' straight coastin'. Turn on the app, it's live, Joe Cronin. Raw reviews, don't forget SmackDown too. He's on Twitch, on Twitter, and YouTube. So if you want a dose, homie, of the real shit, tune in right now for some heel shit. It's JCS, and everybody know we the best, and everybody loves Joe Cronin. That's why we all love to tune in. Everybody loves out of nowhere. Monetize this, bitch is in the air. Run SmackDown reviews, so don't you fear. So tune in every night right here. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's JCS, JCS. Everybody here knows not the test. Cross Joe on the shelf like the rest. And life goes on.